Hi, hello. Today we are going to do another basket, and we are going to do, as I have promised, a basket with a closed end, so with a closed button. So let's begin. First, one has to take two strings. So two strings, 1, 2, and hold it by the middle to find the middle. So we have here our middle. When we have our middle, so we have our middle more or less here, we just take another one, another string, find the middle, and now we are going to do a square knot. So this is a square knot made around two strings. So this square knot will stay with another loop here. No, have to do it like this. No, I was doing it the other way around. So, and here we have our square knot. So this square knot has this appearance in the outside of this strange loop here. So we have this square knot normal, and we have this loop because we have hold the loop and then to make make the knot. Now in here, for making the center, this is the center of our basket. So it is a good idea to have 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here, and here to have also 2, and here also 2. So we take another string and we give it here a place so this can be inserted here. And here it is. Now we should take it to the middle. So should pull it to the middle. Here it is. Alright. So this one we pull to this side. And now this one we pass it in this loop. Be careful with the feed. The feed is also always a dangerous thing. So take a good look. I'm going to open here and never put your fingers in the middle of, in the front of this, or your hand or something. No, just keep it like this, and we are only open so we can insert this one in here, and we have put tape to make a point. So here it is. Here it is. So we are doing this just for having 2, 2, 2. It is a good idea that this one is not overlapped on this one, so it is a good idea too. Alright. So this has to be this one, and this one all in the same, without this being up or any other one being up. And so here we have our center. After having the center, we just start to add more strings. How do we add more strings? Again, in the middle, finding the middle of the string, and the same thing is always the same thing. So we are doing a square knot in here. And here we have it. So again the same thing, and we are going to grow our center. It's a good idea to pull it. This one is not very much pulled, you see? There is a difference here. You see, this one is very well pulled, and this one is, look, it has a slack, and this one I cannot find a slack so easily. Of course, if I force it, I will see it, but this one, I found it immediately. Why? Because this one is not very well pulled. Now, these details, they seem that they don't matter, but actually they matter. So what we do here, we pull this again, and we really pull it. And now we close the other knot. So we don't need to undo it just to close it. Now let's find it out. Pull it well, pull it well, and here it is. Now let's find out. Now it's better. It's better. Now it's the same as this one. And now we are going to do with all the places, with all the places that have two. So we had one here, one here, one here, and one here. So I'm going to, I don't know if I can stop the camera from this position. Oh, no, I don't see the buttons. Well, never mind. We're going to do it all. So let's go. It's an opportunity for us to see the movements. Now everybody knows how to do this, right? And we can use other knots here to do this also. So there is no, the square knot is not the only one that we can use here. We can use a lot of variations. Aha. I have the tendency to do this, but it is not. It's this one first. Now it's this one. Okay. Here we have it. So now pull it a little. It's important that they stay well, but that when we put it like this, that this one does not overlap this one. Alright, because this is going to be the bottom, and the bottom has to be all clear. Clear, I mean like this, without not much ups and not much downs. So we still have two knots here to do. Alright, I have 10 minutes, more 8 minutes. It is alright. So again, the same, this is all the same. The only thing here is that we need to pull it with all the same strength. Of course I can tell you that I don't have strength in my especially in this hand, so I cannot make much force. Sometimes it can stay a little slack because of that. Actually it was because of this that I stopped working. Because I don't have strength anymore. I've worked for 3-5 years. It's not 20, it's 20 more 10 and more 5. And I've done this all day, and as a result I have a problem here on my hands. Don't have strength, so I cannot work anymore. I'm telling you this because it is important for you to know that macrame is very good for making works for us at home, but if you want to sell them and if you want to make a living of this, it is possible. I have made it. I've made it. That's right. I have my retirement because of this. And it was very important. But now, if I could go back, I didn't not need to work so many time, so many hours in the straight, you know. I could have protect myself a little more. So be careful when we do intensive knotting, that can harm our health. So please be extremely careful, please. So now what we do, we are going to add, so we have add this in here, we have on this, on this, on this, and on this. So now we are going to have in these two, in these two, in these two, and in these two. So we are going for the diagonals, you understand? So here we go. So we take these two, we hold the line in the back, and then we do the same. Here it is always important to keep, you see this triangular shape, it's a good idea that it is in the same length, the same distance from this one to this one. This one is a little more, you see, so we have to, aha, now it seems better. It seems that this one is more like this one, although this one is a little small, but a little, it's not important, but much, yes. Okay, I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. These details of the perfect, and I think it's perfect, it's what make the entire difference, you know. This makes the difference between a perfect work and a almost perfect work. And I can tell you, in macrame there is never a 100% perfect work. Never. There are persons who are more perfect than others. It all depends on the patience, on the time, on the strength we have, how old we are. Depends on many things. And especially if we are in a hurry or not. Depends on many factors. But there is no such thing as 100%. So if we can make it more or less perfect, it is okay. But this one is also a little more for that side than this one. Alright, seems more or less, although this one, is very obvious, very little, and this one is a little more. Now I've pulled it too much. Okay, I think it's more or less perfect. No, it's more or less. So I have 1, 2, and I need more from this side. It all depends on the dedication we want to put on our work. Actually, for me it's quite difficult to do this, you know, because I know that I'm going to undo all this in the end, so it's kind of a little sad. So I don't put it too much effort, because the more effort I put in here, then I have to undo it, and well, of course I want the video to stay well, but there is a compromise. There is also always a compromise. Alright, it's not bad. Alright. So far so good, right? So this is always the same. Always the same thing. What is funny is that this fabric grows and grows and grows to infinity. I think to infinity. Of course I have never done it to infinity, but as I see it, yes. I think we could do this to infinity. Alright, seems more or less perfect. It's never easy, you know why? Because this one has the loop here and this one does not, so this one looks also always a little bigger than this one. We have to be careful with these illusions, optical illusions. So, we have already made the diagonals, so you can see them. Now we have to add again on the strides. So the strides are these ones, these and these. So they are the original strides that go from the first knot. You see it here, right? So the first knot is here, is this loop and this loop and this three. 1, 2, 3. It's funny that it was a little higher. It's not good to be higher. Alright, so the thing here is that we do not misunderstand ourselves. So we have always to see where we are adding, because this has to be a symmetrical adding. Is adding in the strides and adding in the diagonals. So now we are adding in the strides. Alright. So here they are perfectly well here together, you see. They are perfect. They have the perfect size to be here. Now the other stride. Where's the stride? Is this one. So these two are the strides. Alright. From the first knot. Oh no, 9 minutes. I don't believe it. This is much more time than I anticipated. Whew. 9 minutes and I have done nothing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It is very interesting that when we are working without a watch, time passes and we don't understand it. We don't have the notion that the time passes so hard. So now the strides are here. Okay, so it's from the knot. Alright. So this is the only thing that really one has to be careful. Always take it to the middle. This rope to the middle. And now here we are. When we start doing a knot like this, you see my pulling. It is a good idea to keep the pulling constant to all the knots. Now I know that is difficult. Sometimes it's difficult. But if we don't pull much the first knot, then the other ones have to be the same. Now this one, you see here a space. There is no space here, but here there is a space. You see it, right? It's very obvious. Now this is a defect. Aha. Aha, you saw it? You saw the slack in there? These things, they all show. Even that we don't see it, they will show in the work. The work then starts to make strange effects, strange tensions. The work always gives tensions. So those things have to be very well and carefully made. As you see, well, and it's still here a little gap, and that does not have a gap. Now, it will assumes always. Well, if it assumes, it is okay. So I have them all. I have them all. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. You see how I see that I miss here one knot. Take a good look. This is important. One knot. So this is the middle. 1 2 1 2 1 2, and here only one. So I need to put it here. All right. So I was missing one here. So that's how we know that we have to work it. We have always to see, because this is symmetrical. The numbers, they have to match. If they don't match, it's because we miss something. And I was not seeing it. Honestly, I was not seeing this one. I don't know why, but... Alright, now here. Let's go. I was not seeing it. I don't know how it is possible, but it is possible. Alright. So pulling well. Alright, so now we have it. And we have to see and understand what to do next. Alright, I think that here we can work without adding. Why? It is very important. Of course that I could add, but I'm going to add where? In here I have already had, so the next place was to put in here. Well, I could put it, but then again I can make a natural knot here. So I can make an entire row of natural knots. That is important because this natural row will make everything to stay stable. While if I am adding, you see, this knot, this is free, and this is free. What I mean by free? If I pull it, take a good look. It's free. You see, it's free. This knot is free. It's not bounded to the factory. It's free, and all those are free. And that makes a huge difference. That's why I'm going to make here one row of square knots that actually are going to connect the entire fabric. This is extremely important. Of course, perhaps we could find another place to do this. I don't know. But as I see it, this is the best place to do this. Alright. So here we are. We are connecting all. And take a good look. We are connecting in the diagonals. It's obvious because we need 2 strings from one knot and 2 strings from the other knot. So it's diagonal. Because only the diagonals have this. I'm going to show you 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Alright. So I'm going to show you in the next one why it is on the diagonals. So you see these ones? I'll have two strings from one knot and two strings from the other knot, so it is the diagonal. The diagonal is in the middle of the knots, and the straights are just in the knot. So this is a straight and this is a diagonal. So this is extremely important. I'm tired. I'm going to leave it here, 1 minute. So thank you so much for watching this. And I'm going to do, by the way, all this row till here. And then when I come, we will start adding again in the next video. So here we are, and our fabric is I think it's okay. I think it's perfect, right? One minute. So everything should be in place. What is important is that the knots, they go well side by side, never pulling up, never one coming up the other. That's extremely important. If one of these loops goes other up in here like this, suppose that this one goes like this, then it is not in the same level. Okay, so this has to be in the same level. That's important. And if they are all like that, they are all accommodated to their own spaces. You see, this one is side by side with this one side by side, this one side by side, and they are all side by side. No one gets up the other. Thank you so much.